Hello and welcome back to the Cafe Cast. Long time no see. I'm sure you missed us a lot more than... Well, I don't know. Did anybody miss anybody in this?
Oh, I missed all of you.
Miss having a good chat with Pass over here, and even Arrow, and even Arrow a bit. Though also there's Calliope, and I guess that's it.
The feeling is mutual.
You don't miss second.
You no one misses second. Sorry.
Okay, you almost had me feeling all warm inside there, and I can't be second opinion when I feel like that. So, alright. Thank you very much.
No one consults a second opinion. No one does.
Alright. Thank you. I'll kill you in your sleep later. But, in the meantime, we have, a couple of, if I'm not mistaken, fan-favorite episodes to talk about now. Both released on a Saturday, but yeah. In this podcast, it's going to be Discordant Harmony. And here to talk about it is Past Analysis.
Hello, I'm Past Analysis, and I'm happy to be here. We are going to be talking about, in my opinion, one episode which is, upon reflection, it's pretty good. And then another episode which is amazing. I think it's pretty clear which one is which.
That second one's next podcast.
Wait, what?
Alright.
They're gonna be. He's gonna split it into two podcasts. We're talking about two episodes at once, but he's gonna split it into two videos.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well,
now everybody knows.
stay tuned for the next podcast.
Alright, Traveling Arrow.
Hey guys, it's the Traveling Arrow here, and I am really, really excited to talk about these two episodes. One I feel indifferent about, but I'm gonna go through with it. But if I'm going through with it, Brony, I'm gonna drive you through hell.
Don't you mean Tartarus in the pony vernacular?
I was going to
See, I've already started by making his thing glitch out.
Wait, what? I was glitched?
Okay, next person.
Well, that would be Brony himself.
Good evening, ladies and gentle courts of the court. It is I, Brony here. Hopefully we'll be able to get into some lovely discourse here on discussing about Discord here, along with their supposed relationship with the Fluttershy pony. And I hope we all can have a great and wonderful discussion without any one of us burning each other through the head if one of us falls out of line.
Here, here! Smashes
him up. He's mellowed out.
Is it funny that I've got my head on fire in two episodes? One was in an update.
I'd have to see it in context. Those jokes are hit and miss.
The flaming arrows, you gotta watch out for them.
But
God damn it.
And Calliope Pony.
Hi, everybody.
Hello to you too.
That's like the sweetest, we all just had very, I don't know, somewhat mean-ish intros. That was just nice. Well done, Calliope. One up.
You guys a heart of gold.
You're literally the Haru of this conversation.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you.
She loves all of you. Not me, but that's par for the course. So then.
Oh.
Alright. So, Discordant Harmony, let's see here. I think a lot of people view this as the episode that fans have really been waiting for, that they've really been waiting for. That, yeah, Discord and Fluttershy, and a Discord Fluttershy episode in which their friendship is the central theme, not just the starting point, at which point it segues into something else. So, okay, but anyway, go around though. So it seems like it has a pretty positive.
Are we gonna? So sorry, it just was turning off a fan. Didn't know if it was making a racket. Anywho, so should I begin? I guess.
Well, I was going to
Be our
you
guest
in,
of
but
honor.
now that you've ruined the moment, go ahead.
Oh, I feel honored. Anywho, Discordant Harmony is an episode which I'd say on the first watch, I cringed really, really hard. Where Discord is getting ready for the party, like before he goes to his house, when he's just getting stuff from the different, store ponies. That made me cringe hard on the first watch. It was because, like, you sort of, at least for me, I sort of agreed with all the store ponies. Like, you're friends with Fluttershy? Like, it seems weird. And Discord's antics were, there's a day when you're, like, up for it, and then there's a day where you're like, okay, I don't want to watch Discord today. And I guess that's how I was when I first watched it. It was very Discord heavy in the beginning. But I feel like it turned itself around after sort of when the Discord was like fixing up his house, and even more so when Fluttershy came. Because, like, when Discord was talking with multiple versions of himself, I don't know, I found that kind of fun. I found that fun, found it more enjoyable when he was getting his house ready. And like, I'm thinking for most of this episode that, okay, Discord is probably going to try very hard to, have a sensible experience with Fluttershy, and, maybe he just isn't that good at doing it. But no, they actually turned it completely upside down, and I really do appreciate this episode for doing that, because one, by doing that, they made me actually, like, they proved the episode's point to me. I was agreeing with those store ponies in the beginning that I was sort of in the wrong for doing that. That, this assumption that someone is, well, I mean, they're so different, how could they possibly enjoy each other's company? I don't tend to like that thinking, but just the way that the episode went about it, by, flipping that premise on me, kind of made me aware of something, like, made me aware of that, and I wasn't really aware of that prior to this episode. Like, I always figured that Fluttershy just put up with Discord, that, she's friendly, he likes her, and she's just being nice, having these tea things. I didn't think that she was actually getting anything out of it. And the fact that she was, the second awesome part of that end finale, that of the episode, that Fluttershy enjoyed Discord for Discord's sake, says a lot about Fluttershy. Like, it suggests that she, despite her outward appearance and her person, her preference for her home, it's as if she has, like, this drive for the complete opposite. Like, instead of it being a very homely, just relaxing and perhaps boring, she actually enjoys Discord to get a complete opposite of that. And it shows also that in another way, by doing that, the episode shows that someone, what they give off, what they may appear to be all about, can be totally wrong. Like, there may be a facet to someone that is very hard for you to know that that's a facet of them, and only by spending time with them and this, other activity do you get to know it. And part of me kind of wonders if Fluttershy kept her friendship with Discord a secret. Like, was that a secret? Or did she just neglect to tell anyone? I guess none of the non-main 6 members knew? I mean, I don't even know if the main 6 members knew that those two had, tea parties. That I had no idea.
Find out in that episode where Discord turns blue, Three's a Crowd.
Yes, the episode that
they've had to have known that they at least spent time together.
Yes. Never mind. Sorry, I blanked that episode out of my conscience.
The main 6 definitely knew, but I can buy that Fluttershy wouldn't talk about her friendships with most other ponies.
Yeah, I can probably buy that too.
The rest of the townspeople at all.
For the record, people who are not aware, until Slice of Life and then Applejack's Day Off, Three's a Crowd was my least favorite episode. So just kind of a little bit of context there. But another thing I really liked about this episode was I liked how Fluttershy knew Discord so well. She knew, like, oh, let's have stairs that go to nowhere, and let's I think glue stuff to the ceiling. I thought it was really interesting that she knew Discord that well. I also thought it was very, very peculiar and sort of like, I don't know, secretly dark that Discord would fade into non-existence by not being chaotic, by not being, just very random. He would cease to exist. I find that very interesting and somewhat dark. But I like it. I have to say that the first part of the episode didn't particularly wow me. The second part definitely did, and upon a second watch, the first part is less unbearable. I'm not like into Discord antics all the time, but I still feel like that opening bit of me sort of cringing and agreeing with the store ponies may have been intentional. It may have been intentional that it was that way, so that the viewer could sort of get behind Discord and this idea that he has to change, and then for them to flip it. Like, if that was intentional, bravo, very, very well done. Besides everything that I mentioned, I'd just say that it's a nice episode. I wouldn't say it's particularly like outstanding, like in top 10 category, but it is a good episode. It's like an 8 or probably an 8 or a 7. It's a good episode. It's a good episode. And yeah, and I'd say that it's episodes like this that have shown me that MLP is not dead yet, because this is the type of quality I want from an average episode, from an episode that I'm not totally like, yeah, jazzed about. I want this. I want it to be at least a 7 or more, like just good. Just a good episode and something I enjoyed watching. And season 7 has done that in droves. I honestly think that at the halfway point, or 13, at the halfway point, there have only been 3 episodes that I disliked, and Discord and Harmony is not one of those. I would say that I liked this episode. Definitely by the end, and definitely upon a second watch, I was nervous in the first half of my first watch, but it got much better. So that's what I think.
That's cool.
Well, I guess unless anybody has anything to add to that, going on.
I kind of do.
Well, it's your turn next, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. We're going by the order of us being introed. Okay. Well, first of all, as what you said before, the pony shall never die.
Yay!
Yay, we're still alive.
Fluttershy
Wow, that's
yells yay.
Yay!
I can't do a Fluttershy voice. I can do a Flutter Guy voice, maybe, but
Yeah, no, Flutter Guy, no, it's got to be Fluttershy. Fluttershy or bust.
yay.
Yay!
I don't
Like
wanna
that.
talk about it.
That is a good yay right there.
Anyway. Okay.
Second thing.
Okay. So, first of all, I just want to start this off by saying I cannot believe that this all started out all because of a tea party. Discord. Pour shame on you, good sir. Okay, no, not really. But when I found out that all the Stronies were just like, wait, you're Fluttershy's friend? I'm just like, Fluttershy, have you been embarrassed about Discord? I mean, when it comes to a pony that gives chocolate rain over almost everywhere, I guess I can't blame them, but still.
I just don't know when Discord would ever come up in a conversation. Hey, by the way, I'm friends with Bizarre Spirit of Chaos who can snap his fingers and literally make anything happen.
It confused
Oh, gosh.
me. It intrigued me, too, that she hadn't, she didn't say anything, but I think Calliope made a good point earlier that it's just who Fluttershy is. She's not going to talk about something. It's not necessarily that she's embarrassed or anything like that. She's not like Pinkie Pie. Like Pinkie Pie would talk about this crazy, awesome experience that she had with a squirrel, whereas Fluttershy, not so much. She's more of the introvert.
Yeah, but here's the thing that kind of makes me think about the whole, like Ponyville doesn't even know that Fluttershy is friends with Discord, because I cannot believe I'm bringing up this episode, but does anybody remember What About Discord?
Yeah,
I hope to forget about it.
Yeah.
They would have had to have remembered that Discord was hanging out with the main six. I mean, what, do they just have like private meetings or whatever? Oh god, I just triggered a lot of shipping, didn't I? Please don't ship.
Well,
the other ones weren't in that episode, but the ones that were in this episode weren't in that one.
In the Store Pony's assumptions defense, even though I just said how their thinking was flawed, in their defense, that's what the whole main six minus Twilight. And from an outsider's perspective, they could just look at Fluttershy as being, well, I mean, she's part of the group, but maybe she just doesn't want to really hang out with Discord. She's just there because she's part of the group, and she's too timid to say no. I mean, that's a potential way of looking at it. If you are so ingrained into the idea that Fluttershy is this shy person who wouldn't interact with someone like Discord, I think you would come up with the sort of rationalization of why Fluttershy was hanging out with Discord in What About Discord.
Yeah, but back on topic with this episode, I kind of found it sweet in a way that Discord wanted to do this for Fluttershy, like actually not act chaotic, try to give her a good tea party or whatever. But when I found out that Discord could fade out of existence by not being the chaotic bastard he is, Discord, stay chaotic, man, because it's funny as heck. I do not want my favorite Draconequist fading out of existence. Woo! But
yeah,
But as for the multi-personality, I found that hilarious because when it was with that lady on the bench, that was actually kind of hilarious. It was like he had
I'm talking to myself. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I did enjoy when he was talking to his multiple versions. That was fun.
Yeah, but can I call this a good episode? Can I call this a bad episode? In all honesty, I have to go with decent because I felt like at some points it made me cringe, but at the same time there were moments where I was like, okay, that was kind of funny. So yeah, it wasn't really that bad of an episode. It was actually kind of good. But once again, I repeat myself. This started because of a freaking tea party and Discord overreacted.
Lesson 0 started over Twilight sending a letter.
Well, also, didn't that...
Touche, my lady. Touche.
Didn't one that, like, Season 5 episode with Discord at the Canterlot, at the Grand Galloping Gala, like, that was incredibly petty, too. Discord is like a 4-year-old in an immortal body.
Well, in a way, this one was kind of sweet. Like he wanted.
Oh yeah,
he realized that there was a.
This one was way sweeter. I'm just saying, Discord's like a 4-year-old in an immortal body.
I mean, sometimes with immortality, you could go one or two ways. You could go with the constantly gaining wisdom and understanding about your mistakes and sometimes locking them up, or you could be like, I don't need to mature at all since I'm never gonna age or die.
Exactly.
I think you just illustrated the difference between Discord and Celestia.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Although, I mean, heck, you can make the argument, though, that it was responsible of Discord to, not want Fluttershy to have to do the favor every time.
Oh, yeah, no, it was very responsible of him. And in fact, I would even say that up until the point where it was clear that Fluttershy wasn't enjoying herself and that he wasn't enjoying himself, I'd say that it could have gone very swimmingly. The problem was that he did not know why Fluttershy liked these tea parties, and also he could die. That's also a problem.
Yeah, I don't really feel like my favorite Draconequus needs to die, thank you. I like him. Please stay.
Discord on my card, yeah. Go ahead.
I definitely have something to say to that when it gets to my turn about that point.
Yeah.
Well, it's about to, because I'm about to end it off. But, yeah, I like this episode. It wasn't that bad, but there were some parts that were just a little bit cringy. But, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Though Discord never turned into Fluttershy ever again. Don't do it, man!
Or become like that normal guy from Gravity Falls.
This didn't even make me think of Fluttershy. I'll get to who did make me think of.
Tatstream.
Before we jump off to Unova, sorry to jump in, I want to just say that there's something I forgot to mention. Isn't it really interesting that, like, it says so much about Fluttershy's character that she said near the end that I love hanging out with you because basically make the impossible possible. That I mean, I'm paraphrasing. I don't know the exact quote. Yeah, that was so sweet, and it's like she, I don't know, maybe that's one of the things that makes her enjoy Rainbow Dash, is Rainbow Dash also, proves the impossible possible. Like, maybe Fluttershy is the type of person who maybe doesn't want to necessarily do it herself, make the impossible possible, but just knowing that there are no limits is somehow reassuring. I don't know, like what reassuring, entertaining, comforting. Maybe that's the word, but it's weird. It's weird and it's unexpected, and I love it because it's unexpected. Bravo, DHS.
I hadn't really thought about that, but you're right, and that is a really, really nice way of putting things.
It's like a hole within Fluttershy, like probably like ever since she was young. Like she never wanted to go it never interests her for her to experience things like a high flying, like sort of like Rainbow Dash or going outside of like her comfort zone. But just seeing like these events happen right in front of her might be like a nice little spectacle that could be easily related to like a TV viewer whenever they watch something that they know is outside the realm of reality, but they enjoy it.
Yeah. Fluttershy doesn't necessarily have to be a small like personality. I mean, what Philly Vanilli, where she enjoys giving these huge performances to herself. It's almost like she's just kind of modest about taking the first step, and maybe that's why she and Discord do go so well together, because like Discord's able to do these things on kind of her terms. Like he appreciates what she is, and is willing to go at her pace.
Yeah. In a way, I kind of wish that Discord. In a way, I kind of wish that Discord knew that Fluttershy would be used to his antics by now. But I guess not, since he basically brought a gigantic Smooze to invade the Canterlot.
The Grand Galloping Gallop, yeah.
I don't know if I'd say invade, more like just try to make Fluttershy jealous and then sort of naively not know that the slime monster is probably going to cause some problems.
Reason why I say invade is because he almost flooded everyone into gelatin.
It's true.
Anyway.
But those sonic vibes, those sonic vibrations.
Yeah. But anyway.
The Smooze defeated by a hippie. Alright.
Okay. Well,
alright.
Bliss out, Smooth.
I still can't decide if that episode, if like we were supposed to like it, or the tree hugger, or be annoyed at her.
I liked her. She reminded me of the singing nomads from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Yeah, like I think you were supposed to like take out of that episode that you're supposed to like her for being a tranquil a personality despite the stereotype. But
I guess she's kind of like the art pony from Flurry of Emotions, like the show. They'll make fun of these extreme personality types while also acknowledging and even celebrating the benefits to them.
Yeah, but to be perfectly honest, I actually thought that she would have been dramatized knowing that she was almost about to become a Muppet.
What's so bad about being a Muppet anyway?
All right.
Anyway, Yava, your turn.
All right. So my thoughts about the Discordant Harmony is, it reminded me that this is probably like the second episode in season 7 in which it might be a little bit referencing off like a comic arc in the My Little Pony comic series by IDW. That being what was known as Chaos Theory, which was issues 48 to 50. Which the circumstances for that comic would be like a constellations would transform Discord to become the being of Order Accord, who all of a sudden becomes basically the big brother to a lot of Equestria. But for like in this episode, in layman's terms, while the conflict starts out like as a tea party, it leads to like Discord essentially having a bit of like taking like a double step and like a look back at like what sort of like relationship is he supposed to have with Fluttershy, thinking like maybe I've been inconsiderate in like the way I've been acting, and maybe like when I'm making like a tea party, I shouldn't make something that's so outside like the realms of like her comfortability that would possibly like harsh the mood and such. Which I think it was a really nice thing to show like Discord's consideration for his closest friends sensitivities possibly. Which I think was a nice thing. While a part of that stemmed from like the side of like reputation expectation of like how Discord is viewed by the citizens of Ponyville. But mostly it's like it's his wants and desires of like essentially to like make sure that Fluttershy enjoys herself to the best of her ability, to make sure it's to still have the same fun, even if Fluttershy was expecting like Discord to still be the same way that he always is, and hope for the Tea Party to go what he would have imagined like a tea party would run. That would be very different from her calm and tranquil tea parties. Overall that during like the episode, I really did like the whole multiple conversations Discord had with himself, because clearly enough, in some social circles I would be like, why would you talk with yourself? Why don't you just think about these stuff internally yourself? It's like a lot of the time it might be a lot more easier to vocalize your thoughts out just so that you can actually hear them, instead of like just maybe like muddy like your thoughts and such, you know?
Oh, my friend, what's the point of making sense every once in a while?
I feel like you misquoted him there.
Yeah. But like I think like the overall point I wanted to make from like this episode, which might be a bit morbid to think about, maybe we should have taken it literally when Discord said he was the spirit of this harmony, in the sense that he might actually have been a ghost all this time.
So what is like Jack Frost from Guardians of the Rise of the Guardians?
Oh, actually, that would have been...
Yeah, I think that would actually make a huge amount of sense, like, why, like, if he's no longer being, like, this harmonious and such, or chaotic, that he would phase out of existence, because it would make it still, like, PG, but in the way of, like, if you thought about it, like, of him being, like, a ghost and such, like, why he looks like that.
Coming this fall, Discord as the 6th Guardian in Rise of the Guardians. Chaos ensues.
That would be a very short movie. Hey, it's the return of Boogeyman. Go on, now can I get back to my tea party?
Oh my god, that would be perfect.
I liked that movie. Didn't get much attention, but I liked it.
All Discord would have to do is just snap his fingers and the boogeyman's gone.
Peter Pan Jack Frost was a nice touch, but back on topic.
Back on topic. Back on topic. Like, so, like, I basically got like that perspective after hearing like both you, Pat, and Pass were talking. Arrow, and it was like, I just felt like it can make for like a very interesting part of like maybe Discord, like, if he didn't run rampant as like a tyrant all the way 1,000 years ago, maybe he's like an essential part of Equestria, you know, like how there's certain icons to certain concepts, like how the elements of harmony were a thing, but like the main 6 to symbolize friendship in the show and also in the canon Equestria universe. Like maybe Discord is kind of like sort of like a fallen apostle that doesn't really have any sort of like idea that he's really like some sort of icon, but just ran with it.
It's kind of hard to determine what kind of being Discord is. Is he like a god? Is he just like a very powerful being? I mean, we've seen of what kind of things he can do, but yet he still acts like a 4-year-old, like you said.
I mean, we can only speculate until we get an official answer, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Though that would make things a bit more darker. Like, what if he was a 4-year-old?
Oh, good.
Just the
anyway,
mannerisms of someone who's older, even if not the maturity.
Maturity. Now, what is that?
Like a lot of his mannerisms suggest he's older.
Yeah, that is also true.
Anywho,
I just felt like this episode. Lastly, really brings on like another point of view in Fluttershy's personality, even though we thought like, oh, that she was mature as of like season 6. Like we thought like we're gonna get more of like the continuing like enjoyment that we would get out of Fluttershy's personality. But then this episode is like, oh, you thought she was complete? Oh, no. We're going to add even more to her completed character to make you like her, appreciate her even more, and make you realize that what everyone said in the past in the Brony fandom, all the way back in season 2 when everyone was just adoring her for being cute and being an introvert and such,
to be fair... Sorry, go ahead.
Might all of a sudden be like, she's now a complete character while still having those same qualities. How much more of waifu/best pony material do you even need? While everyone else is like being like thrown to the wayside, like what happened to you, ponies? You lost traction like when you complete your girls. But Fluttershy is like, I didn't lose traction. I just gained more and more character traits into myself, and I am just living it.
She's an amazing person, but waifu material. You might be going a little too far there.
Well, then what would you argue to be waifu material?
Next time on the Cafe Cast.
Okay.
Sunset
I'm not going to get
Fluttershy.
Yes, exactly. See, second knows me. Sunset. Now she's waifu material.
Well, here's the thing about Fluttershy.
I'm going to let somebody else host that cast.
Here's the thing about Fluttershy, but at least they're not going with the same old thing like Fluttershy. You must overcome your fears.
Oh yeah. I think that like maybe we're gonna get something like that in the future, maybe, but I feel like that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the backlash to that was overblown for the same reason. I kind of hate the whole completed character mentality. I mean, you don't really reach a completed point. Life isn't really about reaching a point where you're just done growing. It's about constantly dealing with new experiences and
What a surprise! Second, we actually agree for once. I totally agree with you. The backlash towards the that period of Fluttershy's character growth was definitely overstated.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. What?
I just said here.
Oh, for a second I thought you said, "Are you here?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm here."
Anyway,
it just feels like a short amount of time was really focused on those periods. Like it was only like 3 years of like having that same thing, but season 4 was like just starting like a trend of like we're just gonna move past that, like even if it was like extremely slow and such, which is why I'm enjoying like Fluttershy's character a heck of a lot more than a lot of like old characters that I used to really appreciate all the way back at the beginning of the series for me. Applejack, Twilight, Rarity, all of them have just fallen down for me, and it's just like, come on, just give them more, give them something new,
Yeah, I also felt like the Fluttershy backlash was really overblown. Partly because I didn't see the repetition a lot of other people were talking about. I mean, she had a lot of episodes about facing her fears, but I think they did enough to vary up the types of fears and how she was handling it. And, facing a small social challenge is different than facing a big scary monster. They're different types of fears and you handle them in different ways. And I think they varied it up enough to keep it interesting. And also, I never understood why people were like, oh, Fluttershy's just facing the same challenge over and over. And yet, nobody was complaining about, oh, Twilight keeps having problems with control and organization over and over. Why people complain about it with one character but not with another.
The way they're starting to make that into like a crutch gag, I'm surprised they're not complaining about it now even.
I mean, like, for me, the only reason why I wasn't really gun-ho for, like, Fluttershy was because I just thought she was overhyped with, like, that cuteness factor, which is why I just tended to stay away from that camp. But now it's just, like, Fluttershy has developed so much that I just couldn't look away from her any longer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying, like, she would be like my waifu. Just saying like she's reached to like the point of like in which you want someone like her in your life, like, or become someone like her and really make the world a better place for whoever you decide to really take care for.
I mean, definitely kind of with you on the why Fluttershy wasn't my number one pick. I mean, I never mind. Like, I liked almost all the episodes where she was dealing with, like, yeah, different kinds of fears and anxieties, all relatable. I think my least favorite Fluttershy episode might still be, at the risk of making some people unhappy, green isn't your color, because it's, well, I mean, I feel like that's Rarity's story being told with Rarity off screen in favor of the Fluttershy Antics show.
It's like that episode, like, I heard a lot of compliments for it, but I never really was any fan of it. Just was like, it was there.
Let us unite in the wave of downvotes we're going to get for that.
Your hatred will make us grow.
Repulse a monster.
Yeah.
Let the hate flow through you.
The infamy will allow us to become more subconscious in the minds of our viewers, more than just bland popularity. But, yeah.
I liked green isn't your color.
Yeah.
Same did I. I loved that one as well.
I have not found many people who don't like. I mean, it ranges from like in opinions I've found mostly range from indifferent to pretty good.
Yeah, it's just never like huge dislike or anything.
Shit.
But yeah, I just also realized something. Like 7 seasons now, we reached this episode in which people were thinking like, oh, we're going to have episodes about tea parties and such. And you would think like we were in a shock at that point in which we focus an episode on this. But
Yeah, imagine talking to someone who doesn't know the show and say, oh, this episode is great. It's about a yellow Pegasus and her friend having a tea party.
And it was, are you serious? Are you serious? I thought you said this was a very mature show for kids, you know? And it's like, they really finally reached to the point in which they're just devolved into tea parties and such, being like the main focal point for episodes. It's like, aren't you ashamed?
And one of the characters even has a makeover session with a montage.
Yeah, all the way back in my days, starting out reviewing this show, like expecting to be the, hard-nosed critic that, if you told me that, okay, the tea party episode was where, I'd feel like we're back to the above par stuff. I don't know how I would have reacted, really.
I think there would be one or two reactions. One, you would think about like Strawberry Shortcake's Very Bitty Adventures, like if that was going to be that setup. Or in another way, it's like, okay, I am actually genuinely curious. I will only watch it just for scientific inquiry.
I mean, surprisingly, like, what I've found, the girliest stuff never really bothered me on this show. Didn't mind the tea parties, the sleepovers, the pillow fights. It's more like when everything is fixed by the literal power of friendship, not explained beyond it being the literal power of friendship, that I start to roll my eyes.
Oh, you basically meaning like a generic magic blast essentially either restarts everything, resolves the situation, or actually eliminates an enemy?
Yeah, not even that. Like, if it's, finding the elements of harmony all set up with how each friend brings a different strength to the table and rehabilitates, character who's had to be isolated for so long because they lost sight of all these strengths. Like, I mean, I can roll with that stuff. It's more like, your friends have been corrupted by a spell that represents who cares. Let's sing a song about how friendship is the best thing ever and cure them.
God, I hate that. I'm still gonna be one of those people. Like, even after like a lot of my hatred has kind of washed away for like Equestria Girls, like I am never forgiving Magical Mystery Cure for that music segment. I am never gonna.
Like the one where they blasted someone with friendship magic.
I love that song.
I hate a true friend.
Oh, whoa.
Really now?
I thought for a second that you were joking. You hate a true friend?
To see the light that shines from a true friend.
I don't know what I think of it. It's like a good song backed by a
Nova.
theme that 100% doesn't deserve it.
Nova.
Yes.
Wouldn't only a true friend like? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
All right. Let's move away from Unova's sore spot.
Yeah, let's just move on over to Calliope.
Yeah.
All right, Calliope, hit it up.
What's best?
Okay. I think I'm pretty much on the same page with the rest of you. I thought this was a delightful episode to watch. Discord antics were fun. As you say, all this was just a story about two friends getting together for a tea party, and it just spiraled out of control, as things often do with Discord.
Or spiral into control in this case.
There were 2 points where the episode really impressed me. The first was in the middle, when Discord met up with Pinkie Pie.
Oh, yeah.
Because, first off, he wasn't being snarky or silly or impudent or anything with her. He was genuinely asking a friend for advice on something he wasn't sure about. Like Discord, that simple action just shows the leaps and bounds by which he has grown as a person since he was introduced.
Oh, yeah. Calliope, mind if I interject a little bit on that?
Go ahead.
The first time I saw the episode, I think that was the high point for me. Actual Discord and Pinkie interaction. Like, outside of Discord and Fluttershy interaction, like, that other people were, like, wanting. I actually wanted more Pinkie and Discord interactions. Like, where's the building up of them? Like, Discord, why would Pinkie Pie would be your second best friend?
The meeting of two fourth wall breakers shall be the end of Equestria.
I will say, as much as that was good, Discord didn't know something that is, like, so basic. Like, oh, you should, you know, if you want to make a party that Fluttershy likes, consider what Fluttershy likes. Oh, wow! I didn't think about that. Sometimes Discord's lack of social knowledge is truly astounding.
Well, Past, I kind of have to interject you there because I think in a way he was trying to do that because why else would he act normal for her? I mean, he was trying to act like a normal person, not like his chaotic self.
Well, yeah. No, but I'm saying, what person doesn't know that if you want to make a party that your friend likes, you need to consider what your friend likes? That's a very, very basic premise.
Well, you ask what sort of person. I'm going to be the sort of person who has lived for, as far as we know, hundreds, if not thousands of years, and has never thrown a party before.
Yes, I know. I this is one of those things that I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm just saying, wow, Discord, you really don't know that much about friendship, do you?
I mean, it might just be me, but like what I took from Pinkie Pie's speech was more just like, yeah, chill out a little bit, just like back it down, just focus on the basic stuff that'll make Fluttershy happy, like, yeah, instead of trying to clear the high bar of having all the most perfect things.
Although I just thought of the most frightening thing that could ever happen. Cheese sandwich, Pinkie Pie, and also Discord during a gigantic party.
I'm sorry, did
Three
you say
ponies that can
frightening or
break-
most awesome?
Okay, both frightening and awesome, because all three of them can basically break the fourth wall. And I had no idea that in that episode that Pinkie could actually speak Spanish.
The element of chaos meets the element of laughter meets the element of weirdness.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or Weird Al Yankovic.
You know, in a weird sort of way, Discord going all normal helped resolve the problem that he was going through in the beginning. Because in the beginning, being the chaotic rascal that he is, he couldn't actually zero down on anything. Like, he just kept, oh, well, this is good, and this is good, and, you know, so, like, he probably would have gone, like, overboard on chaos just because he had, like, no idea what to do. His chaos probably would have been a par above normal. For him, that is. Normal for him. And by, you know, going through that normal phase and then kind of turning back to his regular self, his house looked practically the same as it did when he first entered there. There were a couple new things there, but generally it was the same damn house. Excuse my French. So in a way, the episode is also saying that even like your normal, like you only need to go above average for what you like. That just, you know, doing what your house would normally be is the best option. And for Discord, you know, normally his house is a chaotic mess.
But anyway, back to Calliope's turn.
Yes,
Right.
Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm sorry to.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It made sense to me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I was trying to say that there were 2 points that impressed me in the episode, and the first was that point in the middle when he just very genuinely asked for advice because he was concerned about what his friend would like. That shows so much growth for him, and then it showed him trying so hard to make things how he thought Fluttershy would want them. So I really appreciated that. And then at that point, I thought, okay, I can see where the episode is going from here. He's going to make things really normal, and Fluttershy is going to let him know that she appreciates him for who he is, and he doesn't need to try and change that. I thought, you know, very standard moral. And that is what they did, but the way they executed it at the end there, with him starting to fade and her absolute panic over what was happening to him, followed by her attempting to be as chaotic as possible, to bring back the chaos to help him. And her first couple attempts were absolute fail, and then she kind of got the hang of what she was doing. But just the way they executed that last scene was so strong. It really hit me in a good way.
Yeah, that's the kind of sweetness that just moves beyond nice gesture, I think, and like
Yeah.
a personal kind of sweetness. Something that feels personal, like a better way to phrase
And I forget who was saying before about thinking that Fluttershy just kind of tolerated him, and now we know that she really enjoys that.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. Shows how she's grown too, because she was just tolerating him. I mean, in Return of Harmony, when he was an antagonist, she seemed to view him as negatively as all the others did. And then Keep Calm and Flutter On, she was making a point to tolerate him, but she spoke kindly to him, but she never seemed like she actually liked any of the stuff he was doing.
Yeah.
And now we see that she has gradually grown more and more comfortable, and now she not only tolerates, but she appreciates and enjoys what he has to offer. And I love that I love that little bit of character development for her.
Yeah, no. That's a good, thing of clarification. I sort of that definitely clarifies it even better. So, good point.
Making the whole character-driven story two-sided was a nice touch. Just like,
it was.
Instead of using Fluttershy as like Discord's springboard.
Yeah, and it was adorable to see her just fail at being chaotic. Like, oh, I knocked over a teacup.
That was her second attempt at just really got me because she was almost just like her getting there, trying to get into the swing of it.
If that had gone on any longer, it would have been cringy. But I think they stopped it in time. And then again, showing her character development and how much she's gotten to appreciate him. She knew, without actually knowing, she could sense exactly what he had changed and what he would do. Making copies of herself to talk to, making the stairs that go to nowhere, having the furniture on the ceiling. I loved how they both had a line of, well, we've never discussed it, but I'm pretty sure I know how they feel about gravity. That just was so nice how she mirrored him. So yeah, I guess that's about all I've got to say.
I mean, there were some lines that come back that I felt were, I guess, a little on the nose. Just, Fluttershy guessing what the green tea is going to do and guessing, both of the things Discord wanted to do at first exactly. I mean, seemed like a little part of the course, but yeah, the gravity thing I really liked. That was well done. I mean, I guess, yeah, we're on it brings it to my turn, and I mean, kind of like past, I thought the parts where Discord was shopping were the weakest. I mean, actually, towards the beginning, just with Fluttershy and Discord, I mean, they always have really good chemistry together, and between some of the gags there, the first appearance of Discord's other self, and I mean, it started out seeming okay, this might be back to the really above par Discord episodes, which unless he's being written by Neil DeSetto or Ed Valentine, Discord, I think is most of the time for me, he's a guaranteed hit. And then, so for a while I was really into this one, and then as he starts to go shopping and it starts to seem like a repeated process, I was prepared for, I guess, the reaction I've been having a lot this season of okay, well maybe it could have gotten there, but I mean, it didn't. It fell into sort of standard writing and such. And although it was still for a while, it was almost right on the line for me. It was they were using kind of predictable jokes, but they were, even with a lot of them, there was still sort of an extra effort there. I don't know, what Discord has to undo all the chaotic stuff in his house, make it just like Fluttershy. Okay, that's par for the course, but just the little extra touches, piñatas hate bats. Just I appreciated that. And but yeah, it seems like everybody, the part where it completely caught me off guard was the approach of, okay, no, yeah, Fluttershy isn't just gonna tell him it's okay to be him, she has to show okay, how much she appreciates them. Okay, Discord can appreciate being mellow and kind. Fluttershy can appreciate chaos. And the sandwich thing with the they're just trying to randomly think of things she thought were chaotic. How wacky! Wow, the tongue thing. I mean, I'm
To be honest, it kind of reminded me of when Discord did that opposite world, and then Fluttershy was just the opposite of herself as well.
Yeah. I just
Except Fluttershy, I'm sick of being polite and nice.
Jesus, that scared the living crud out of me when I first heard that.
I mean, I didn't even know he'd actually the idea was that he actually changed dimensions until Fluttershy started yelling at him.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a joke or something, but no, it was actually real.
Yeah. Discord still
Although-
has those effects.
This one didn't even feel so much out of character for Fluttershy. Like I brought up before, she can have moments of being a big sort of a character, like someone who can pet a Manticore or Cerberus on the tummy and lull him into submission, or what else? The performing in Philly Philly. It just kind of seemed like it's almost just like making that initial connection, being able to slip past her. Generic diagnosis 101, but slip past her walls, I guess. That she and Discord have been on the same page for a while now, which and actually, thinking back, they played that really well. I don't remember, to its credit, I can't remember any particular point where it felt like, okay, well now they weren't really friends before, but now they are. It felt like they made a connection in the episode where they first brought that up, and it felt like it was, having an ongoing arc ever since then. So, this, I definitely like this episode. I think, probably better than all the ones from this season before it. I think this is, at least an A-. I really like this one.
Nice.
Like I said, I said the shopping portion lost me, but I didn't really think anything was cringy so much as I just kind of thought, okay, par for the course, the whole, Discord's going to ask where the Chaos Isle is, and they're not going to have what he's looking for, and he's going to get mad and change it over and leave a giant pile of money. And on that note, I want Discord to buy something from me, but,
Me too. I don't know whether I want more for him to buy something for me and just randomly give a big pile of gold, or to buy something for me and see what he gets.
Oh, definitely the gold. Yeah, I have no idea what he's going to get, and that makes it somewhat troubling. He's going to get something crazy.
You can take the cash prize now, or you can trade it in for the mystery box.
Whatever it is,
Yes, that is exactly it.
Whatever it is, don't let it be shipping fuel.
But what if he mentioned it was trading cards?
Well, then, I don't know. Do we have any people who are that big on card collecting of any kind?
Well, this coming from the guy that lost to Yuki Brony.
Hey, that was scripted.
Wait.
I got paid lots of money for that.
Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Did he not make it not just any ordinary kids game, but a Shadow Realm kids game?
It's time to duel.
Let's play one of those dark games.
No, you didn't say it right. You should say, it's time to duel.
Yep, exactly.
Memories.
Okay. It's time to duel.
Yeah, that's way
You do
better.
it better than I can.
Hey.
Dan Green, we miss you.
Well, okay, so to answer, this question, though, it looks like you and possibly Traveling Arrow would trade in the cash prize if the mystery one involved trading cards. So there we are.
The mystery prize is usually just,
I'm just thinking
Not
of that
that
Weird Al
great.
Yankovic movie, and the mystery prize is nothing!
$5 to Harris Theater. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. The mystery prize being nothing, that just reminded me of the freaking Invader Zim when he gets all those box stuffs.
Never go for the mystery prize.
Alright. So, final thoughts on the episode.
Loved it.
Eh.
I'm pretty good, but Discord, just stay your chaotic self, man. It's more entertaining that way.
Actually, you know what? I remembered. I forgot to bring this up before, but who Discord reminded me of? Anybody ever see that old show, Shining Time Station?
Yes. Not since I was very little, but yes.
You remember Schemer?
Vaguely, I think.
Okay, yeah, he was like he started out as the, I guess the villain, then he became more like the, it was kind of like the Bulk and Skull development, he became the, lovable loser almost, but,
Yeah, he was kind of like a con artist for a while.
Mm-hmm. And then it was it's more like just a bad salesman, but, yeah, I think it was, as they were closing up shop on that show, they gave him his own segment called Schemer Presents, where he tells you how to do something, does everything wrong, and then one of the main characters comes by and helps him out. But it was,
yes, I remember that. Yeah,
the one where he's teaching you how to be smart, which in this case more how to act smart.
Basically, like a flawed Sonic Says.
Yeah, and so he's dressing himself in this outfit that looks like. And again, this reminds me exactly of Discord, his impression of what someone smart, or in this case normal, looks like, and he's telling you how to do it. Yeah. What was it? Yeah, if you have a chess set, so you can convince people you're good at that, and if they actually challenge you to a game, you say, "No, thank you, I'm not in a chessy mood right now." And, it lasts until.
How does the horse work again?
How does what?
You said that you don't feel in a chessy mood. Here's a question I have to ask. How does that horse thing work again?
Well, it moves like an L.
Oh, you mean the knight piece?
Yes.
Yeah, it moves it moves two in one direction and then one to the side. So it moves in a little L shape. It's also the only piece that can jump over other pieces.
I feel ashamed because I'm a freaking pony and yet I don't even know how that thing works.
I was having fun getting good at chess when I was a kid until I read Bobby Fischer's book and inexplicably got worse. I think he was overrated.
I'm not especially good at chess, but I know how to play.
For me, I was basically like, I could have been interested into chess. Like, there was like some sort of program over like the state park in which I was hanging out at certain times, but it just lost its luster with me. Like, I guess because I stopped going to those things. Though now I have like a chess board, but it's like, I just feel like the overcomplication of the fact that your next move would be predicted by the amount of probabilities that have already been set up by people of if you move like your pawns in a certain way or not. It just doesn't gratify me. I want something like we're both on an equal playing field. We don't know who's gonna do what. I want it to be random chance on who kills who in like a battle.
Nobody likes the fact that if you played a real chess player, it'd be like, trying to navigate your way out of a locked box from the locked from the outside.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. But
each their own. I kind of prefer that. Okay, I was going to say I prefer the non-random stuff, but I feel like we're getting off topic.
Yeah, as I was going to say in the second half of that, back to Discord's attempt to act normal. Anybody actually think that was at least amusing in some way, just like Discord's impression of what normal Discord would look like.
The fact that he could only say, "So nice weather we're having. So nice weather we're having."
Read any good books lately?
I know, stuff like that reminding me of Schemer's impression of what smart schemer would look like. Well, that's a matter of opinion, and the librarian, who he's not fooling at all, no, it's a matter of fact. Fun stuff like that. So, extra points for giving me nostalgic memories episode, but alright, I'll give it up now. Anybody else? Final thoughts?
For me, my final thoughts would be, one, I want to make a clarification, and then I'll say, my thoughts. So earlier, I said that it was really interesting and kind of surprising that we learned this about Fluttershy, because beforehand I thought it was her just being tolerant of Discord. And then later I said that it was kind of silly that Discord, kind of maybe more so sad-ish or just really silly that Discord didn't know that, when you're making a party for your friend, consider things that they like, that sort of thing. To clarify, to make people not be like, oh, well, you're contradicting yourself. Contradicting. Oh, damn it, I can't speak tonight. Anywho. Contradicting. The catch is that Discord and just about everybody, every pony, didn't know that Fluttershy actually, enjoyed Discord's chaos. So that's where the disconnect comes from. That's my counter to the counter. But instead of being predictive, I'm just going to say this was a good episode. This was a solid, good episode. I enjoyed it. Rough start, but it definitely got better in the second act, and it, on second watch, is much better.
And anybody
Just
else?
ended up with a cough.
And a cough.
Okay, I'm gonna totally edit the audio to just close with the cough. Okay, not really, but all right. So is that everybody?
I think so.
Yes.
All right. So looks like everybody liked it, lived up to the hype. Opinions range from good to great, and I get to be one of the more positive opinions for a change.
Yay!
It's a miracle!
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Have you not been liking season 7?
So I think season 7, well, at least up until this episode, it was like going down as the most middle of the road season. I think to me, like there was not an episode that I gave above a B+ or below a C. Like, which, and I guess that's something to its credit, because I mean it's.
For me, this has been the rejuvenating season, because last season, you know what I thought it was.
Well, I mean, this
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm kind of hopeful that, like, this could be kind of a season 4 sort of deal, the season that comes out, like, determined to get its mojo back, and, like, despite, having to find its footing, eventually does. So that's what I'm hoping my final opinion will be.
Well, going based on the pattern of past seasons, I think seasons 1 and 2 were good, and season 3 was weak, and then seasons 4 and 5 were good, and season 6 was weak. So if it goes as far as, say, season 9, then I would expect that 7 and 8 would be good and 9 would be weak.
We could have, like, our own Star Trek pattern.
Okay.
Every 3 instead of every odd number.
I don't necessarily have, like, a system as detailed as that. I would just say that...
It's not even a system, it's just the pattern the season has been following.
Gotcha. Well, I would more so just say that I feel that the show gets better the more it condenses things down, and it focuses on a simple premise, and it lets that premise go wild. But you have to start simple, and I feel like the reason that we've had maybe bad seasons, cough cough, season 6, is because there is too much. You want to do. There are episodes that the writers want to do too much in, and it just becomes a muddled mess.
I mean, I guess I have an opinion that's not 100 miles removed from that. Like, I think the power is in the little details. Like we said, Discord getting advice from Pinkie Pie, like that says so much with so little. You can't rely on a plot that has been done to death and just use it as per formula, or you can't rely on the sequelitis thing of glop on more action or more melodrama, more everybody acting like it's dramatic, that kind of thing.
However,
my statement, just to clarify, my statement really, I'd say that ours are quite different because I'm not really concerned about sequelitis or.
You said trying to do too much, and my thing is trying to throw on too much, trying to, I guess, essentially feed the episode steroids. Isn't it acting like this is the most dramatic thing we've ever seen, or the most awesome thing you've ever seen? If you're it can't be that because you tell us it is. It has to be because you're telling a story that just happens to be those things.
Okay, yeah. Maybe we agree more. But as you're saying,
I was going to say is the way I see for why we have dips in qualities and such. The first dip was sort of kind of attributed to how people said around season 3, we began leaving a bit of the guidance / the guidelines of Lauren's ideology and going for more of what Hasbro was pitching for ideas at the end of season 2. But the biggest dip I felt was more along the lines of season 5, in which it started putting major focus on certain new writers that were coming in that were slowly becoming the basis for the B team, with Josh Haber being the one in charge of stuff. The moment. And then season 6 was we've officially abandoned all the old writers of the old guard that has helped us attain quality writing, even during the downtimes. We thought season 3 would be the worst the show would have gotten, even though there were still quite enjoyable episodes from time to time during that short half a season. But season 6 was well, this is officially the B team of writers, while every other writer we know is either busy working on a new project, or is working on the My Little Pony movie, or is working on a short for the Equestria Girls series and such. And I think that's the biggest thing, because they had no idea what to even do with they had no idea how to make the characters appealing, even though the show has advanced a point in which you would think they would continue on that path that the older writers would write. But they had no idea, so it just kind of felt like it was either repeating or going through different types of cliches, which made season 6 all the more worse when looking at it retrospectively. But now, after some exposure to the show, with season 7, and a different person is in charge of writing, who was there for the golden time of season 5, that being Joanna Lewis and Christine Sanko, since they have much more of an exposure to the old guard of writers. They're trying to hybrid both the new style of writing with some of the old guidelines, and making for something new, yet something familiar, but it is different nonetheless.
It's a particular line of thought. I mean, I guess as far as how Lewis and Sanko play in, we could have a whole nother topic off of that, but yeah, we're starting to reach the usual end of the runtime for these things, so
And besides, I don't want to cut anyone else off if they have anything left to say, but I really want to get to the next episode.
It's the same thing for me, Calliope.
Okay, so the moral of this story is that we didn't like season 6 very much, comparatively speaking, but now we're about to talk about a not dip in quality. So, see you at the next one.
All right. Ciao.
Bye.
Keep traveling on, everybody.
Alrighty then.
Bye. Wait, I didn't get to say bye. Did you cut it off before I said bye?
Oh no, we're still recording right at this second.
Oh, you. Wow. Okay, thanks.
Oh.
Okay, bye for real.